Hello once again YouTube, Chris and I bringing you some Starmade today. Today we'll be going over some of the work I've been doing in the Starmade station build contest. Got a few changes, some big changes for you guys today. And I would like to apologize for the lack of other content, in case you were wondering where that shit went. Because I've so far only been posting Starmade videos for like the past 2 weeks, and I'm not trying to be Mushroom Flea, okay? You see what I'm saying? Nothing against Mushroom Flea, it's just I don't want to like limit myself to one type of video, because then I don't know if it gets stagnant or what, but I you know, at least want to provide some variety. I'm not in the gaming community solely for one game. At least not now, but I'm invested heavily in Starmade stuff. So for the next 9 or so days, I'm going to be continuing to post Starmade stuff, and then it will return to a regular schedule where you'll see a variety of content throughout the week. But for now, you're stuck with this, so deal with it. Anyway, so I'm in an Isanth, and I'm going to be showing you a new station that I've been working on because I've had a few problems, and I've made some big decisions regarding the last week or so of the station contest. So it's been about a week and a half, which is about half the time that the station contest has been going on. And I'm gonna spin real quick, just so something's happening on screen. But essentially, I have only completed-ish one station. There's only one station that's about ready, and it's not even ready yet. It's still not done, and that would be the pirate station. And that's mostly because the pirate station right now is turning out to be one of the best builds I've ever done. And it's not complete yet, but when it is, it will be like, you know, 100% the coolest station I build, probably for a while. So I realized that I was not going to be able to build or get a lot of chances at winning the contest, or getting a lot of submissions in for the contest, which is what I really wanted to do. I wanted to submit, you know, at least 3 stations, and I realized I may not be able to do that. However, I have come up with a way of submitting upwards of 3 additional stations on top of the pirate station. So a total of 4 stations. And I have a unique way of doing it, sort of, I don't know. But I have a pretty good idea, so let me show you what I've been working on, and it's right over here. And this is one of the new Trading Guild stations that I've been working on. You can see it all in its fabulous... Fabulous? It's not that fabulous. It's quite interesting though, and I like the shape. If you play any Xbox, what the heck was that? Waxbox. Xbox games, you may be familiar with this. It's based off the UNSC stations from Halo. So what I didn't realize was that there isn't much of a variety in terms of station design when it comes to Halo stations. The human stations in the game are like, they all have this angular design. This, like, one section of the station appears in all of their stations in one way or another almost. So I looked at like 5 different models of stations from the Halo franchise for the humans, and they're all very similar. So let me dock real quick, if I can manage. There we go. It's very loud in here. I'm going to turn that down on my headset. And we'll just drop out of the ship as per usual, right? We're in a hangar. The hangar has not been detailed yet. And here we are in build mode, looking at the station. So, like I said, they have this very angular main section that is, you know, a recurring theme within the human stations from Halo's series and whatnot. So, what I'm planning on doing is, this is going to be a trading station. This is going to be a station where you can come in, trade goods, and get the hell out of there. There's going to be a little bit of storage. As you can see, there's these big tanks that I've started work on, and they're actually almost done. I very much like the design that I put into these tanks. They're pretty simple, but, you know, pulling off something that looks good, no matter what or how big it is, always gives you a good feeling on the inside. It's just like, wow, look at that. That looks cool as shit. I'm going to continue doing stuff like that. Aw, yeah. So, I have some really awesome ideas, though, for how I want to portray this when I'm done. There's going to be if you look at the submissions on the forums right now for the contest, you see a lot of, you know, industrial stations that mix industry with sleekness. You know, there's very sleek shapes, kind of like these angles here, right? But then there's also an industrial aspect, and I think that's like, I think if of all the themes that we've seen with the station contest so far, I think that's the theme that's going to win. It's a very sleek industrial design. It's going to look clean, it's going to look fresh, it's going to look sterile in some cases. It's not going to look, you know, too, you know, rustic or anything. It's gonna look kind of like this. You know, you got these blue crystal lights, which indicate, you know, some very nice technology going on. But then over here you got these tanks, and these indicate something, you know, a little bit more industrial, something a little bit more dirty. But at the same time, it's still very clean looking. So I think that's the theme that's going to surpass when it comes to trade guild stations that win the contest. And I'm jumping on that bandwagon. As much as I would like to provide some variety, I think this type of style right now is working so well in Starmade, in terms of, you know, what works and what doesn't work. So I have a lot of ideas of how I can, you know, cut up, like this panel right here is actually not touching. It's going to be like an armor plate kind of thing that surrounds the main bulky section that you have here. There's going to be 2 miniature reactors in this section right here and more storage space, as well as some cool pods that I'll be designing tomorrow or something, or the day you're watching the video actually. And you know, those pods will be lining the side of this, and it'll look like little gas spheres or something, some sort of gas container. I don't know. You'll see what I'm talking about when I make it, but they kind of look like gas containers, or so they seem to me. But so I'm gonna do like stuff like that, but I'm gonna cut this up and make a lot of, you know, negative space, and that will look amazing. I'm gonna incorporate the blue into this. There's gonna be some struts going up and down this thing. There's gonna be a lot of these like antenna things sticking out. Ooh, what's all this? Oh, there's like floating turrets over there from a ship I deleted. So there's going to be some things connecting this. And here's the thing, I don't actually know how I want to do these hangar sections, because now that I've made them, I realize they might not be big enough. I mean, after all, this is a trade station. There's got to be room to move cargo. But I don't know if I want 2 hangars with... Actually, ooh, that might work. That would be really interesting. Wow. Oh man, I just had an idea. Like literally, as this video is recording, I just had an idea. Okay, so... Ooh, this would be good. Right, so... Okay, tell me what you think about this, guys. Tell me what you think about this in the comments below. Either way, I'm probably going to go ahead and do it before I read your comments, because I'll be working on this tomorrow, which is the day I'll be uploading this and you'll be viewing it. But what I wanted was, you know, cargo to be able to be lifted or passed into this room, and then the ship can take it. And it's not like the ship is going to grab onto it or put it in a tractor beam. It's basically, you know, like you move the cargo from this box to inside the ship, right? And then the ship can lift off and fly out of the thing. Fly out of the station, right? And it'll be like a pit stop type of thing. It'll be quick and easy, in and out, simple trading transactions going on, right? So I was thinking, how on earth would I make it so that I could have a lift of some sort of elevator, some sort of platform that goes up and down in between these 2 levels without actually blocking the exit. And I just thought of a great idea, is that I could have one half of the station have the gravity flipped, and this half not flipped. And then what I can do is I can have a little cargo area in this section of the space station, right? This is pretty big. This is good enough for a cargo section. You know, you can have cargo containers in the side here, and, you know, like a kind of like a hallway area in the middle for loading and moving things around. So I can do that, and then I can have the lift right here built into the floor. Yeah, look at that. That's a good idea, right? And basically it really would just be a hole, and I might have some sort of crane apparatus up here built into the ceiling of some sort. And then I'll do the same exact thing, but I'll flip it upside down on here, and the cargo hold will be in the same spot, but it will be in this section right here. I might have to move things around because I've changed how this is designed at the very top. This half of the station is not the same as the bottom half. As you can tell, this area is not opened up, which allows me to have all this space in here. But up here, it's a little bit closed off because of this middle section cutting through the center of that shape, that wedge. So, ooh, that's a great idea. I know I've seen a lot of stations already that are messing around with gravity, so I'm thinking, you know, why the heck not? That's why they put the gravity blocks in. It's so you can have fun with the gravity all the time. It'll be a little awkward, but I think it'll be really good. And I think I'm going to do that. It's going to be very awkward, actually, now that I think about it. But I'm positive that you can still exit a Nisanth if you're on the ceiling of the ship. You know, if you're upside down, you should be able to, like, jump up and out of the Isanth. So, it's designed for an Isanth because, frankly, right now, there are no ships for the Trade Guild. Which I think, if any of the devs are listening, or if any of the contest holders or any of them are listening, I think that should be the next contest. I think the next contest should be developing or designing new Trade Guild ships, so that the Trade Guild ships and the pirate ships are no longer the same. I think that would be great. I think that should be the next contest. Hint hint, if anyone's listening, let them know, direct them to my video, because that would be really cool. And then, you know, based off the station sizes, we can develop ships that will fit in those stations. So I think that'd be a really good idea, actually, is developing a few extra ships for those things. They'd all be, majority of them would be like cargo ships, but that'd be really cool. So, this isn't really a lot to show you. I totally understand that. There will be more next time, which will be, oh, I don't know, Wednesday or something. But, every single day I will be doing a portion of the pirate station. I'll be completing like an entire section of the pirate station, and then I will be completing an entire section of one of these builds. If I have 9 days left and I want to complete 3 more stations, I have 3 days for each of these stations. I did all of this in only, I don't know, it was like 10 o'clock when I started, and it's like 2 in the morning now, right? No, it's actually 3 in the morning. So I did all of this in a couple of hours. With a lot of breaks in between. Actually, a massive break in between. I played DayZ for like an hour. Yeah, I completed this amount of work in about 3 or 4 hours, maybe not even. And that was just, you know, trying to figure out how to do this. But the grand idea, the grand scheme, this is my secret for submitting 3 stations, is that I'm going to be building 2 other stations based off of the UNSC design. One of them is going to be in an abandoned research base, which looks very similar to this, with this, you know, angular wedge piece, but there's like 2 of them, they're connected, and they're slightly different designs, but they have the same general shape. There's only going to be 1 docking bay on it, and it's going to lead into an abandoned research base. It's going to be for the abandoned category. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to, actually, I don't know how I'm going to do that. Because I was thinking, if it was red, I could turn the red from a pirate base into brown for an abandoned base, but there's no red on this because it's a pirate station. I have to deal with blue, and I'm not sure how I can deal with blue on an abandoned station, because I want to keep it mostly gray, obviously. It would be a Trade Guild station, but it would be abandoned. So that's quite a problem that I have to solve. And I'll get to that in, you know, a few days when I start that one, because that one is, you know, like I said, got very similar design as that. So basically what I'll be doing is copying this and then chopping off all the stuff that I don't need, and then continuing construction of the new station. So there's that one, and then the next one I'm going to be making is a military base for the Trade Guild. They obviously do have to have some sort of military or some sort of, you know, weapons development or something to protect them from the evil pirates. And that one is not even going to have like a lot of trade orientated stuff. It's going to be like a weapons platform, and it's going to be all about, you know, the protection of citizens in the Trade Guild Empire type of thing going on. So that's probably going to be based off of the Mac gun from, Halo. It's not going to be direct copy. I don't want to directly copy anything, but I am basing my designs off stuff. I'm looking at, you know, reference imagery. I really like the shapes, so I'm keeping the shapes the same. But in terms of scale, oh my god, the hangars would be this size, and the thing would be like fucking, pardon my French, like 10 times bigger. So I'm scaling this down quite a bit so that it's, you know, more realistic and practical for Starmade players. And I hope it works. So far it's 55 meters long, 228 meters tall, and 152 wide. That's not bad. Compared to the other stations, that's very small. My other stations are like 400 tall, 200 and 200 meters wide and long or something. So this is pretty good size. The other ones aren't going to get much bigger than this, you know, they might be like double the size and that's it. In terms of, what? Width? This is the width, which is like 150. It might get like double that, which will bump it up to like 300 tops in terms of width. So these are going to be pretty small stations. They're going to look really cool when they're done, I think. You know, they're going to look all nice and cityscape-y because there's going to be lights up here and stuff. I will mention this right now because I did say something about Skylord and how he was freaking whipping out a station every day or so because he's absolutely crazy at this. But I noticed that he a long time ago released a UNSC anchor station, and I didn't realize how similar they were. So don't think that I'm ripping you off, Skylord, because I totally did not realize how similar the stations were until after I started building them. I love your station, I'll be completely honest. It looks like you didn't finish it in some places. Like the interior and some of the exterior like don't match. And I don't know if that was like on purpose, because I know Skylord's gonna watch this, but I was confused a bit because it didn't look like there's like blocks missing in some places, or like the symmetry was off or something in a few places, and it just looks a little fishy. Skylord, have you been being lazy on your station builds? I wonder. That's an old station though, but I don't want to give him the impression that I was copying his design, because I looked up all these reference images for stations, and there's a lot of the UNSC stations that look very similar to each other, and they all have this like canister thing going on the side, and they always have this big wedge shape going on as well. It looks like a big door stopper. So I apologize if you think that I'm taking your ideas. I guarantee you that I'm not. If you know, have any suggestions for how I could make it different, please let me know. I plan on making mine very industrial on one side and very nice on the other side, so it's like a city. There's going to be like lots of lights, and I hope that'll give it a very interesting look. And I don't know, there might be a few other things that I add on, like details and stuff. I'm not really sure. There's going to be like a control section in this little trapezoid shape over here. So I think that'll be, you know, a good start to this station as well as this station series. I might even, if I have time, I might even do a dry dock, which is very similar to this as well, and has, you know, the canisters and everything, because they're fucking unoriginal over there in the Halo Design Studios. So, thanks for watching. Leave some feedback down below for sure. I know it's not a lot right now, but you'll definitely see this progress into something very nice over the next few days. You'll see the next update Wednesday. So, thanks again, and I will see you guys next time.